Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. It's Kim here, and today I am showcasing this junk journal kit that I've put together. It is way over 150 pieces, and I'm going to open it up and we're going to look at it. I do have several kits available, and it'll be first come first serve. These kits are only available for Canadians. Sorry, that's how it is. And so I'm going to get started and showing you what's in it. Now there's at least 75 pieces of lace, ribbons, and trim, which you will see. And each of those pieces are, for the most part, most of them are at least a yard. Some are even 2 yards, depending on what it is, which you'll see as we go along. And then there's other items to enhance making journals, like there's some fabric, some lace pieces, some blingy things, lots of fun goodies. So I have all of this lace just kind of thrown in the bag while I was making the kits. It will be probably more organized when I actually pack up the orders. And so I'll get started with that. This bag is a cello bag. I don't know if you can see that there's butterflies all over it. So I will probably fold up this bag and put it inside the box as well, because you could cut these into pieces that you could use for windows for your journals and stuff. So this is just like a little bonus wrapping. So I will flatten it out and fold it up so that it stays nice, and then everything inside will be more organized. But this was just getting the kits ready. And so yeah, rustle, here we go. We're going to get started with this part. I'm going to move this other part over because we will go to that next. Okay. So yeah, it's a big cello bag, and so when you get it, it'll be nicely folded so that you can use it for all kinds of things for your junk journals. It would even make a really cute overlay on a page, now that I think about it. Okay, so actually I'm going to use it to put it back in here. No, only because there'll be stuff in my way. Now there is, like you can see, this is over at least a yard. Sometimes it was a meter. And in some cases, when I was cutting, if there was a meter and there was 3 inches more, I just gave you the rest of it and started either with something else. Now each kit will vary slightly, because sometimes, yes, I ran out in the middle of cutting, where I go 1 in each one. And so then I got something else as an alternative to start the next one. So you may not get exactly everything in here, but one way or another, you'll get beautiful stuff. So there's this trim here. Some of this is vintage. Some of it is newer. There's some picot ribbon in ecru, and then some satin ribbon in white. I think this one you got 2 yards of it here. Yeah, it's a 2-yard piece, or 2 yards. This is some gathered lace. Now these kits can easily be shared with a couple of friends, because everything is, for the most part, until you get into some of the bigger pieces, then you'll see that as we go along. So this one has some wooden beads in it. Another flat lace in ecru, a smaller lace. So you can see these are all yardage pieces. Now I have some seam binding here in white and kind of a goldy brown color. More white gathered lace. Some really cute thin lace. Here's another one. Yeah, there's at least 75 pieces of lace alone. And then there's this one. This is very pretty. I think this would make a nice belly band. Here's another gathered one. And even though they're gathered, you can also trim off the little edging along here, which I use those edgings as well, but then you'd have a nice flat piece. And once you flatten it, they're actually longer than a yard. Here's some of the, here's some wider lace. And some other lace here. The whites are nice to dye. I call this kit the whiter shade of pale. This is a nice satin lace. This is great for making ribbon flowers. Here's some vintage lace. Now some of these are trims, you know, that you would trim on pillowcases or on, you know, on the bottom of slips and stuff. Here's another little fine lace. I'm showing you these just so you get an idea of what's in the package. And for the most part, they will be reasonably close. But one package is plenty for 2 people to share. And everything gets shipped in a Canada Post flat rate box so they'll be at your door quickly if you order them. Another pretty lace here. Here's another gathered one. So you can see there is a lot here. I had lots of fun putting these together. Just crazy. Now some of these, like I said, are vintage, so there might be a little bit of flaws in them, but not very often. But you know, there's a possibility that there'll be some flaws. That's just how it is when you're dealing with older vintage pieces. This is a beautiful lace. I love the color of this too. Here's another gathered one. I've got some cord here, twisted cord. Another piece of lace. I keep saying another piece of lace. It's all lace. Satin ribbon. Now, you know, they've been thrown in the bag, so you might have to do a little bit of flattening or steaming or something, or get out your iron a little bit. This is silk cord, and this is a 2-yard piece. More gathered. Now this is a double gathered lace. So again, you get double the mileage here too if you take it apart. Take the gathering out. Here's another gathered one. Another gathered one here. This is some really pretty organza ribbon with an edge trimming on it. Some more silk cord. Now this one is a different color. It's kind of there. Oh, maybe not. Oh yeah, no, this is white and ivory. It's just that they're very, very close, but white and ivory. And both of them are 2-yard lengths. Then we start, well, here's some more smaller ones. This is very, very pretty. And this is such a pretty edge trim to trim along snippets and clusters, the edges of cards. Any of this can be cut up. Now we're getting into the bigger laces. This is a 1/2-yard piece. Very pretty. You could actually even cut out the flowers individually and use them as appliques and then still have the trim on here. Another very fine one. Here's another flat one. This is about 1.5 inches, or maybe 1.25 inches, I guess, wide. Some crocheted lace. This is so pretty. One of my favorites. Some more cording here. Here's another fine trim. So pretty. Another fine, or another flat lace here. This would be great for belly bands, tuck spots, pockets. This one has kind of an iridescent coloring to it. This is some tulle netting, and it is about, I think it's about 6 or 7 inches wide, so it's quite wide. And then there's some other mesh type ribbon here. Again, belly bands, pockets, those types of things. It's another piece of satin ribbon. Again, this is awesome for making flowers. Another flat lace here. Another flat lace, smaller. There's this pom-pom trim. I love this stuff. This is perfect to go down the side of the page. And a lot of these laces would look lovely on the side of a page of your journal. But this just adds some fun movement on your page. Another trim. This would have been a garment type trim to trim nighties or slips, that type of thing. And this is some eyelet lace here in the white. Again, getting into the bigger ones. Now this one is a yard, so there's a lot here to work with. So you can see that you can easily cut this in half and share it with someone. So to get a kit like this, you can easily get them and share. There's more than plenty. You can do eeny, meeny, miny, mo. This one's another very pretty lace. This is kind of a shiny ribbon. It's I don't know what it is. I don't know what the material is, but it's really cool. This would make really nice pockets. We'll open this up. Some kind of gathered fringy piece here. Great for a boho journal. But even that, at half the length, it is still over 9 inches. Yeah, it's just over 9 inches. So that is plenty of trimming on the edge of a page. Some beautiful eyelet. I love this. This would be what was used on the ends of pillowcases for sure. Another half yard piece. This has got a little bit of iridescent in it. Love this. Love the color of this as well. Just beautiful. Another fun piece here. Like this by itself could make a beautiful pocket on a journal. And there's certainly enough to do several. And there's this one. This one's a whole yard. And what's nice about this one is you could actually cut this in strips. So you would get 4 yards out of this. And when I say yard, like I said, sometimes it's a meter. It depends on how I was cutting them. Another beautiful eyelet piece. All of these cotton eyelets are gorgeous when they're dyed in different colors. Another eyelet piece here. Another crocheted trim here. This is an older trim with flower centers. So you can also use this in by creating small circles. This would be great for doing some slow stitching. Another ruffled trim, and this is a full yard piece. Now this has the lace at the top here as well as the gathered lace, which you could easily remove and have a double piece. And another lace here. Gorgeous color. Love this. This is another half yard piece. You can put different trims down the center if you want. This is a wider one as well, half yard. Another one in half yard. This is a beautiful, beautiful lace too. Hopefully you can see how those look. And another piece of eyelet lace. Beautiful daisy pattern on this. So that's the basic laces that come with the kit. And then I cut some different fabrics to make journal covers or to use however you like. And there's a mix of other kinds of fabrics in here as well. So all this fabric comes with the kit. Everything that you're looking at today is all part of the kit. So there's this piece of linen that has these flowers on it. That was a nice surprise, wasn't it? You thought it was just going to be a piece of plain linen. And so this is a beautiful edge to trim on either a page or to use on your journal cover. Just gorgeous. Each kit comes with a piece of this Paris fabric. Now, I give you a very generous piece of every fabric so that you can easily make 2 journals out of it. So this has got it's a nice cotton, and it's got the different postal stamps, and it's Paris related, I think, all French words on here. On occasion you might find like part of an Eiffel Tower, but there wasn't actually a lot of Eiffel Tower on here, so it was however it cut as to whether or not you got a full one, but it's beautiful fabric, beautiful to make a cover with. Then there's a piece of this lace, and it's again a good size, so you can either cut the flowers out, you can use this as an overlay on your journal, or use parts of it to make some slow stitching on a journal. This is very beautiful embossed. It's like a heavier upholstery weight, but it has the embossed leaves right in it. Oh, that's the front side of it. So these are very nice pieces that you can get, like, 1 to 2 journals or 1 full journal and lots of pieces that you can incorporate in your journal. And this is another piece of linen that has the ribbon embroidery on it. Another piece of Paris fabric, and this is a very soft, smooth fabric. I don't know, it's a polyester mix, but very soft and smooth. It says ooh la la and je t'aime. So you can cut these out individually, which I have done many times to make some clusters and small tags and things with it. So fun to play with. Then there's this upholstery fabric. Isn't this gorgeous? It's like a creamy butter color, and then it has the shimmery flowers in it. Very pretty. It's actually nice on both sides. You could use it either way. It's very embossed, so you could use it either way. Then there's a lovely piece of eyelet lace or eyelet fabric that you can cut up and use however you like. This would be beautiful for using for snippet rolls. Love this. Here is another lace that is all these little flowers that can be cut out. And you've seen me do this. I will cut out flowers individually like that and stitch them in. This would be very pretty if you stitched it with some little pearls in the center of the flowers to add on to something, or to make, a little slow stitch piece. But beautiful, and you get lots of flowers on here. So you see there's a lot of stuff in this kit. This is some all over sequined fabric. Now, there will be the odd sequin that falls off because, of how they're cut. But yeah, you can use this in pieces, again, for slow stitching. You can further enhance this by adding beads on top of here. You've seen me do that type of slow stitching on some of my videos. So this is a great piece to use for that. And you can cut it into any size. You can cut it into small little squares to make something to embellish your journals. There's also a white all over sequin one. Look at how pretty this is. This would be really pretty because these sequins are plastic. If you dyed this fabric, say in like an aqua color, the fabric would dye, but the sequins probably wouldn't. Although I would do a test. I haven't done it yet, but this would make a really nice ocean type journal piece that you can cut into, again, small pieces to embellish or use it as a journal cover. And so I would test dyeing it in different colors in small pieces. This is just a piece of linen that is great to use for background or for the inside of your journal cover. Lovely, lovely fabric, lovely print. Another embossed piece of upholstery fabric. And this one's got roses on it. I hope you can see the rose pattern in here. Very pretty. See, it's got a piece of fluff on there. Another piece of all over lace. Again, these can be cut out to use for slow stitching or making snippets, all kinds of fun things. Overlays, fabric flips in your journal. Another beautiful piece of fabric. Now this was all, it's like, it was a continuous picture. I don't know what you would get when in the package. Each one is different. I just randomly cut them to make sure that you got something, like some image in there, but I don't know what you got. So this one has this lady sitting in on the grass, I guess, in some foliage, and then there's a little boy with a cow. But either way, they're just lovely pieces to cut up to use for slow stitching. This is a very pretty shimmery lace and would probably take very nicely to dyes, and then have the beautiful shimmer with it as well. So if you did this in pink or blue or purple, there would be a bit of a sheen wherever there is that metallic threads in it. So very, very pretty. This was very, very hard for me to give up. I still kept a couple yards for myself, but this is a vintage cotton trim, and I hope you can see the little yellow dots in here. It's just stunning, this piece, and I have coffee stained it. I have avocado dyed this, and it's always beautiful to work with. So you got a good size piece here. This might even be a double piece, yeah, because you can use it in bits and pieces, and as well you can use it for, you know, the inside of journal covers, but it seems like such a waste to me. So I would use it just in small little bits, because I love this fabric. I've used this so many times in projects. I bought a whole bolt of it at one time, and I've slowly used up a good portion of it, and now I have to start letting these things go. And then there are some pieces that are pieces because, you know, I looked at it and I said, how many can I make? And it was enough to make enough for each kit. So you may not have a full size piece, but you have a good size piece, because you can do a lot with a piece this size. So this could be easily part of a journal cover or a really gorgeous. Can you imagine these as fabric flips? Like they would be gorgeous on a page just like that. So yeah, nice, gorgeous piece. Love that. Here's another piece of all over lace with different appliques in there that you can use or use all in one piece. Some really fun cotton linen. I have a little bit of this, and it is fun to fray the edges, and I gave a good size piece on this as well. So you can fray the edges. You can cut this into strips to use for belly bands, or to make bows, all kinds of things. Fun for pockets and distressed fabric look. A piece of cream colored burlap. It's again a nice piece to cut into little squares and fray the edges. Lots of different ideas that you can use for it. You can pull the threads on this because they're quite long, and make some tassels. Here is a fun piece of polka dot shimmery tulle. Oop, stuck on here. I will have these things separated after. And then here is another piece of shimmery tulle with these pieces on it. Again, these are great for using for an ocean type journal where you would get all of this glittery stuff showing. It's like ocean to me. And now I've got sequins all over my desk. Some mesh in ivory and some mesh in white. And these are some fun pieces that you can again use to enhance your embellishments and snippets and projects. So that is the basic. That's probably about 100 pieces right there of just the basic laces and fabrics. And then let's go to the other bag. I think I've dropped some things here. Oh yeah. You get a whole roll like this of crochet cotton. This is great for making tassels. You might even be able to use this for some of your slow stitching projects. Oh, that doesn't belong with it. And then, you know, it's a thin cord, so you could even use it for stitching together some signatures. Lots of uses for this, but you get the whole ball. I don't know what's inside of there. These were pre-rolled when I bought them, but you get a whole roll of it. There are 24 wine labels, and they are sticker labels, so you can use them as a sticker. There's 12 that are in the shades of green, which is the white wine Chardonnay, and there are 12 in the Merlot in this burgundy color. Now, you've seen me use these for catching threads when I'm working with pulling threads and stuff. I use them just like you would use a lint roller because I have so many of them. So I've included 12 and 12, so that's 24 of them. But here's something that I do with them, and I'll show you because I have one right here for myself, because I do use these all the time. And so not only do I use it as a lint roller, which is funny, but I will cut out, you can use it as a whole label because they're sticky backed. So they're sticker backed. But I cut these out to use as labels on my tags and on my journals and stuff. And they're easy enough to cut out. And then this one says Argentia, not Argentina. It just says Argentia Ridge. So, you know, you could cut that out as a label as well. But yeah, I cut out the labels. You know, I'm just doing this quickly, so it's not perfect. And I'm not using the best scissors. And then I use the word Merlot. Or Merlot, I guess is how you would say. Merlot. And without going any further, but you can see how easy that is to turn this into a little label and then stick it onto your project. And yeah, you can do the same thing with these words by trimming them out square or rectangular, I guess. And then trimming the corners, and you have an instant label that you can add, and it's sticker backed. So you get 24 of those in the package. So these are kind of the little extras that I put in, which take you to the next level. I give you a couple of packages of fibers. Where are they here? Yeah. And most of these have 5 yards. So there's 3 different kinds right here. So these have 5 yards. I give you a couple of crocheted pieces. Now, every one is different because I just either gave you a doily. Now, this one's got a little bell. There's also another lace trim here that probably would have been a collar on a dress or a blouse. I gave you this roll of cord. These were offcuts. I think they were used in mass at one time, so they would have been really big. I got a bunch of these. And there's a lot of yardage on here, a lot of yardage. And then the fun part is afterwards you have this spool left over, which is another fun piece to play with in your journal making. So there's a whole roll of that. Now, I didn't have a lot of this, and because it's quite unruly, I stuck it in the in these bags, and it is just a double layer of this fun trim. This came off of a wedding dress, and so I just divvied it up into the kits that I had, and I kept a small piece for myself, and yeah, it's fun to use in your journals. There is a whole package of these rose embellishments. They're just a flat back acrylic embellishment. So if you make a fancy flower out of some lace, you can use this as the center of the flower, or use these individually in your embellishments. There are lots of little, I should just take all this out of here and then put it back in as I go. So everything will be packaged very neatly. I just put it together like this because I knew I was going to be taking this out of the package. So I'm going to put it back in. I put those back in. There is a women's weekly magazine. I don't know which one you would get, but they are from the 1970s and 1960s. It's a full magazine that's included in this. Lots of things to cut out and use. Lots of great fashion designs and advertisements that are fun that you can cut out of this to enhance your journals. So it's a great little goodie. But there are lots of these little mini doilies, 1, 2, 3, and some appliques. There's this one that has 3. You know, I just didn't cut them apart. There's this one. There's another little one here. Another little one. So there's those. There's probably more. There is a yard piece of this bling material. Now you've seen me use this. I can cut like a little piece like this, or I can cut a long strip so that if you're making ruffles and you want to add this down the side of the ruffle, you've got this really long strip piece to work with to enhance your journal covers or your ruffles or whatever. You can also use this as trim down the side of the page just by itself, and trim for any kind of edging that you want to do on pages. There are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 corks because I have lots of 6 corks because I have lots of corks, and you've seen me make tassels with these corks, and you've got the materials here to make tassels. So you could make some beautiful, beautiful tassels with this. There are these beautiful little, I think they're like lily of the valley flowers. They're on a wired stem. And so you get 2 strands per stem. So technically you get 6, but they're fun to use as things on the side of a page or on a tab, just like you would use a tassel. These would be fun to use for that purpose. Or you could cut them into individual strips and use them that way as well. And there is 1, 2, 3 strands of pearl trim. So all of these would be nice down the center of ruffles, or, you know, I kind of hoard these florals and use them in small pieces in snippets, like you could use just a little bit to enhance something. So you get a lot of mileage out of this. So there's a whole yard of each of those. And again, these look lovely down the center of ruffles. Now I think this might have fallen out. These are some part of this little package here, which I will show you in a second. There is another piece of trim here that has this applique on it, and I just gave you the rest of the trim however it came off so that you can either do something with it, but you can cut out this applique. You can certainly dye this in different colors as well. It would be gorgeous. So there's that. This is a bingo card, a vintage bingo card. It's even got the guy's name on the back. I think he wrote his name on every single one. His name was James Palmer. He wanted to get his bingo cards back after they were finished playing. There are, I think there's 15 different butterflies in the different sizes. I included these because they just, they're in those colors, and I'm calling this kit the whiter shade of pale, so I included those with it. I also included 2 of these damask style napkins, so they are full napkin. So a lot of mileage there as well to enhance your goodies. So there's lots there. There's about 15. They're different sizes. I think it's 15. Maybe it's 16, but I think it's 15. So there's the really large ones. These are nice down the center. If you fold it in, in half and then use it in the center of a signature, when you open up to the center, it always looks lovely because the wings kind of open up with the center page of the signature. And then I included, I think there's 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, there's 5 of these glassine envelopes. These are vintage. They probably held stamps, I think, at one time. So they're just a fun little envelope. Some of them have writing on them. I left the papers in here if they had papers, just the way they are. But they're just fun to enhance your journal. And then I had an overstock of these little mini white envelopes, so I included those as well. So, one more thing. Okay, let's just take something that we can lay down here. How about I use this linen? Sorry, I should have been better organized, but I'm not. I'm going to take this linen, and then there's this bag of goodness as well. So you get the bag. It's just a silver drawstring bag, organza with hearts on it. And it comes with jewelry pieces, and you get all kinds of different things. Like there's a little piece of bling. There's a heart, another heart with bling on it. Jewelry. Each one is different of the different jewelry. There's some little dangles, another dangle, a part of a jewelry dangle, some crystals, some beads and buttons. There's some little buttons in here. Some of them are pearl buttons in a variety of shapes and sizes. And then an assortment of these little mini flowers. These, I often take my ink dabber and I just dab it to change the color very easily. So there's a handful of those as well. So that's everything in the kit that I've put together here for sale today. Now, the kit, you can see how much stuff is here. So it's going to take a full-size flat rate box to ship it. And the flat rate box is the best because then I can give you a tracking number. I know it comes right to your door, and I'm assured that you got it. You're assured that it's trackable and that it will be coming to you. So this entire kit, everything, including all of the fabrics, the laces, the trims, I don't even know if you can see all of this. The whole thing with the shipping is $75. So I'm including the shipping in the fees just so it's a flat rate. You know how much it is. I only have a limited amount of kits made, and once they're gone, that's it. I'm not making any more. This is a lot of work to do this and to curate and get everything to go together for you. So it is a one-time thing. If you order by Sunday this week, I will include a 25-piece bonus. Okay, so you don't know what you're getting, but you know it's going to be interrelated with this. It'll be a combination of ephemera pieces that you can use, some vintage ephemera, maybe some envelopes and some letters and maybe some ledger, that kind of stuff. But it'll be a 25-piece bonus because they are, I've got some vintage postcards with the return address. I've got some vintage greeting cards, but because I don't have enough to do 10 kits exactly the same, I couldn't exactly include it because, if I showed you one and then you didn't get it, then you might be upset. So it's a 25-piece surprise, but only if you order by Sunday. And now it is $75. That does include my shipping fee. And you know what shipping is like in Canada. So I am not making $75. It's probably more like about $45 for all of this. So if you purchase this at the $75, this is what you get, plus a 25-piece bonus if you order by Sunday. If you decide you want to give me a little tip towards my shipping costs to help me out in the shipping, then the bigger the tip, the bigger the bonus, and I will add more. And in that case, when you're giving me a tip, you can say, could you add some pink, or could you add some blue, or I would really like this thing I saw in your one of your thrifty things. I'd like to have a piece of that, or a bit of this. So if it's something you saw, or something that you're looking for, or maybe there's you would like to have some beaded dangles, or some more corks, or some more of something that's here. These are things that you can let me know, and I can negotiate with you. And like I said, the bigger the tip, the more I will add in. At $75, this is a great way to share a kit with somebody. So you know what that means. It's $37.50 each, right? $37.50, I think. Yeah. So to get half of this for $37.50, you would never find this thrifting in the wild. It would take you forever to find it. And I've curated and done the work for you. Excuse me. So yeah, the bigger the tip, the the bigger the bonus. I will pack that order so full, there won't be room for a toothpick in it if depending on the size of the bonus I get. The other thing is, I would like it by e-transfer. That is my first choice. If you are one of those people who likes to use PayPal and not use your direct e-transfer, that's okay, but there is a $5 charge to use your PayPal. So if you are interested in this kit, head on over to either my boho artisans group, or my thrifty Canucks group, or if you are a member of Brenda's or Caroline's, I think you can message me through there as well. But send me a private message through Facebook. If you are my friend, you can also directly message me through Facebook. But if you are interested by Sunday, do let me know, and I will be more than happy to work things out with you, and as far as payment. And yeah, by Sunday, bonus, and the bigger the tip, the more stuff you will get packed into that box, because I have a lot of stuff, and you just got to give me some hints of color or things that you like, and it will go in this box, because I'd like to clear out some extra stuff. So that's it. That's all for this video. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you will consider purchasing one of these kits to both help support my channel as well as help support my endeavors, and take advantage of all of these beautiful trims and goodies that you can use. You can see, look at, there's lots here. I can't even wrap my hands around it. So yeah, do check it out, and let me know if you're interested. That's it. That's all for now. Bye now.